Hey, what's up, everyone? So, I had my phone read this article to me from liveabout.com, and it's about the disappearing objects phenomenon, which is a very, very perplexing phenomenon that happens to a number of people in this world that we live. So, apparently, I did some research on this, and apparently, I discovered that several people, not only the ones in the ME community that I speak with, experience it, but several other people out there experience it. Some attribute it to supernatural, some attribute it to paranormal, some talk about fairies and gnomes, some talk about other interdimensional beings, angelic, demonic, you name it. Some people talk about intervention from God. Some people say that it's just the reality around us glitches in the matrix, glitches in existence, and some say it's glitches in existence in general, or the universe messing with you. But listen, regardless of what it is, it's a very perplexing situation. And perplexing is it's the best example. I mean, best description I can give of this. For example, on this article, this individual said the first thing that they think of when the disappearing object phenomenon, it actually is called Doppler effect. Doppler, disappearing object phenomenon effect. It happens, they think of fairies, they said, since one of the places they lived had some. And this is a person writing an actual article. They tended to take things. They knew they took things and give back to them later. They said one time in full view of a number of people they had this happen. They said they would take things and they would reappear. For example, the TV remote. We looked everywhere for that TV remote. Everywhere you can look. That's just one example of many that we've gone through. This is a personal situation. My brain is foggy, so I'm sorry if I'm a little slower for this video. I mean, my brain is extremely foggy right now. It's slow, sluggish. But back to the topic at hand, the remote disappeared suddenly. Days and days later, it reappears where we already looked. Now, back to this article. She said she was getting ready to leave the apartment in full view of a number of other people. And she said she always had the habit. She was in the habit of misplacing her keys. No fairies needed for that one. She took to hanging them on a heavy biker wallet chain. So she had some jangly brass keys, tags to boot. Meaning, you can't miss that. And they're noisy also. They weren't where I'd put them. She said she had to leave right then. Her keys they needed to be right there. Well, that's weird. Well, that's not really weird. She's growling, but the lights are flickering now. Lights are flickering and the cat's growling. But anyway, must be some entities around. But she said they weren't where she put them, so she hollered. She had to leave. She hollered, "Okay, guys, this isn't funny. I need my keys now." She said, "My friends were watching as they materialized out of thin air above the shelf." She said she had my phone answering machine on, and it clattered to the shelf. So, yeah. Obviously, something was messing around with her. I've had several individuals share their own personal experiences with me like this as well, where they'll say, "Return this now." I've done that before. Particularly, I've had a dog that was taken, and I said, "Return my dog now." And she materialized. She came back. All of a sudden, there she was. Boom. And that was during the reptilian situation where, excuse me, that we were dealing with at the time. There were several situations I was dealing with at that given time. One thing interesting I find to be is that we are actually they say we're in the real 2012 now. That this year is the actual 2012. So who knows, I'll have to look into that and talk about that sometime. But we, hey kitty, good kitty. Anyway, so that's another interesting thing to talk about for another time, if I'm able. So they materialized, the objects materialized just like the remotes we've had go missing, just like the objects we've had go missing so many times before. And my dog disappeared, and then I said, "Return my dog now," and she reappeared in a very scary situation. And another time where I was saying, "Return my phone now," and there it was when I turned back around behind me. Other people online have talked about this situation where they've gone through the same thing, and they'll say, "Return the object now," and it will reappear for them. So, what do you think about this? I'll put the link to this article below as well as other things online. You can search, just search disappearing objects phenomenon or disappearing items phenomenon, and you get several results. As long as it's not discriminatory where they are removing things like they've been doing so much in the past. Actually, they did that before and it stopped for about 3.5 years or so, and now it's back. They're removing things again. But anyway, I pay attention to all of those things, so yeah. But I just wanted to let everyone know about the disappearing objects phenomenon and how there is an article about it. So, with that being stated, I'll leave you with this. Peace, signing out, and let me know your own experiences below. That's all for this video. Peace, signing out.